For question number 7, we're going to look at this picture here on the right, and we are told that xy equals 30, and then we're trying to find mn. So xy is this length right here. If that is 30, we're trying to find now the length of mn. Now the directions say that points M, N, and P are the midpoints of these different segments. So we know from theorem 5-11 that the segment that joins the midpoints of two sides of a triangle is half as long as the third side. So we know that MN must be half the length of XY. So because of that, MN would have to be 15. Number 8 is the same thought process where we know MP is 13.5. We're trying to find the length of YZ. So same theorem, 5-11. We know that YZ is going to be twice the length of MP. So since MP is 13.5, then YZ would have to be twice that, which is going to be 27. Number 9 says that MZ is 6. So if MZ is 6, we know that the length of the entire segment is going to be 12. So the segment ZX is going to be 12 because M is the midpoint of the entire segment. So if MZ is 6, that means the other part must be 6. So the whole length must be 12. Now if the whole length is 12, and we also know that all of these M, N, and P are all the midpoints, then we know that NP, this segment here, based off the same theorem, 5-11, that must be half the length of ZX. So because it's half the length of ZX, which is 12, we know that NP is going to be 6. Number 10 says that YZ is 4A, so YZ, we know it to be 4A. We're trying to find the length of MP. Now, once again, the same theorem, 5-11, we know that MP is going to have to be half the length as YZ. So since YZ is 4A, we know that MP must be 2A. Before you start number 11, take a second and look at the markings that I just made on the triangle on the right. I can conclude that all of these different segments are congruent because of the directions. It says that M, N, and P are the midpoints, so it's going to create congruent segments on the different sides. Now notice that I actually have all 4 triangles that are all going to be congruent because of side, side, side. Now because of that being true, for number 11, if Y and P, this angle right here, is equal to 84 degrees, then the corresponding part up here, Z, that angle, is going to also be 84 degrees. So therefore, the answer for number 11 should be 84 degrees. For number 12, we are going to use the same idea as we used for the last one, where we know that all of these small triangles in here are going to be congruent. They're going to be congruent because of side, side, side. Now if that is true, and we know that this angle ZMN is going to be 70 degrees, we don't even need to know this other angle, being 55. We can just automatically conclude that angle X would be 70 because those are the corresponding parts. Angle X and ZMN are the corresponding parts, so therefore they're both going to be 70.